Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
I'd like to start this podcast episode with a shout out to one of our listeners.
Shout out.
Shout out to Candace.
Hey, Candace, what's happening?
Would you like to tell the story of how we know Candace?
Yes, listeners, as you know, most of you know, we recently went to Hawaii. While we were there, we went to a concert.
Sheila E.
We saw Sheila E. We had front table seats. Like
Yes.
we could reach and touch her.
Yes.
That close. But at our table also was Candace and her friend. And Candace is from Metro Atlanta.
Yes. So it was very funny to actually meet each other for the first time in Hawaii when we both live in the same.
Yes.
When all of us live in the same state.
And then at the same table.
Yes.
The same table.
Yes.
So I say this because I don't believe there are any coincidences.
Yes. We were meant to meet Candace.
To meet Candace.
And she recently sent me a very nice email. So I'm sure we'll be hearing and seeing more of her in the near future. At least I hope so.
Yes, because Candace, we have things to discuss that we didn't discuss that evening. So
that's right.
Soon we'll all get together and do something, which would be great.
It would be.
All right. So what are we doing today,
that brings
Jill?
Me to our podcast topic. We talked about traveling to Hawaii. And one of my favorite TV shows involves travel. Is The Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race.
So this week's podcast episode is, should Jill and Tony audition for The Amazing Race together?
No.
It's part of a segment that we call
Stand by Your Stance.
We should do it.
No, Jill, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Do you want to travel?
Yes.
Well, that's a way to do it. And let somebody else pay for it.
But we have to be on a show and running around and competing with everybody. You know, Jill, we are laid back. We just like to go and find places and do things at our pace. You know, we just like
Aren't you adventurous?
Chill. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We'll go bungee jumping. We can do all types of things. So
The Amazing Race is like the most adventurous way to travel.
Nah, they make you do stuff and solve puzzles and all of that and run. But they are like, run, quick. Wait, which way do we go? Run.
Because it's a race.
I want to be chill. I just want to be chill. I don't leisurely walks. Pressure.
Here's the thing. I think we could get by, if we were on the show, I think we could get by walking. Because I've noticed, at least with this year's season that they're airing right now, yes, they tend to, run, but they all get on the same flight. Or they tend to run and they all get on the same train or whatever the mode of transportation is. Yeah, so we could be leisurely and get there when we get there. What would make us stand out?
No.
Listen to me. Listen, Tony, listen.
No.
What would make us stand out is that you're very, very good with navigating even new places. Like in all the years I've known you, and we've gone places together, we have never been lost.
I've not lost. I might have said, "Oh, that was our turn right there."
But you realize it pretty early, and you'll turn around, and we get to where we're going. So that's our advantage. Is that I keep seeing on this season,
Jill.
People don't know where they're going, so they get lost, and therefore, so we don't have to run. Because
Jill.
we'll go straight to where we're supposed to go.
Jill.
That's your strength.
Jill.
My strength is
Jill,
that I'm good with clues and puzzles.
Jill. You used to be a senior producer.
Yes.
Weren't you?
Yes.
So I'm sure the producer of The Amazing Race says to us, you need to run, because that's the energy of the show. You start a new what do they call them when you're on a new
Leg.
mission?
Yeah,
You
new leg
start a
of the
new leg, and they say, get your clue, and then run, 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 run. Everybody must run, 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 run.
Yes, but you know what I would say to the producer, since I've been a producer? I'm like, but you want your couples on this show to stand out. You want them to be known for something. Like they typically do fill in the blank. So for us, it'll be they typically walk everywhere, but
Yeah.
yet they come in first because they didn't get lost and they solve the puzzles quicker than anybody else.
Well, you know,
so we'll be known for that. So I'll say, so see, we're different than all the previous contestants. And that benefits you, the show. And they'll say, okay, Jill, that's
but what
that's
if it's
a good
part
point.
of the contract that we have to run? That's they always run. And you know, I watched the show.
We know an attorney who's very close to us who can get that clause put in that we do not have to run.
But Jill, I recently watched the show with you. And you say I hadn't watched it with you before, but I have. I watched several episodes.
Well, I wanted to refresh your memory
before
and
right?
let you see how well we would do.
And I was saying things. I said, look, Jill, they're running everywhere. They're running, running, running. I said, if we were on the show, I would say, because like they had to find the bus. There were 3 buses.
And
they had to run.
But all the buses left at the same time.
Yes. So. And people were running and they'd run down this street and say, oh, this is the wrong way. We don't see the bus. And then they would run down an alley and they were like, oh, this is not, bus isn't in the alley.
But that's my point.
I was telling you.
We could walk and still get there first.
But that's what I was telling you. I said, you know what, Jill?
So we're agreeing with each other.
But they're not going to let us do that. I was saying, Jill.
Yes, they are.
This is what I said to you.
We'll get it written in our contract that we don't have to run.
This is what I said to you. I said, Jill, if I was on that show, if we were on that show, we would get our clue because they all get the clues at like the first clue at the same time, right?
Right. The first clue, but
yes, the first clue. So I said, you know, if that was us, I would get our clue and just stand still and just watch everybody run.
And then we automatically get to where we're going.
And then once they get to, you know, they're all going the same direction, then we could say, oh, yeah, I bet you that's where the bus is because they all figured it out by now.
Or we might be the first ones
and we could just walk there.
But we might be the first ones on the bus because you never get lost, whereas they get lost. So walking, we could still beat them to the bus.
Yeah, we might, but I don't think we would be a good fit for the show.
Yes, we would, because we're different. We're different.
For that reason.
They look for
what's
different about this season.
Are you telling me our hook would be that we're like the tortoise and the hare? We would be the tortoise.
Yes.
We would be moving like
but yet we can still come in first on different, when they get to their pit stops, which is what they call where they meet up with the host. We get, and yet, like we take our time everywhere we go. We're chill, we're steady, but we consistently come in the top 3. And they're like, how are you doing it? Phil would ask us, the host would ask us, how are you all doing this? You haven't run at all. And we're like, Phil, steady wins the race. Steady wins the race. And our hook would also be that we're old.
I'm old.
So they always have an older.
You're young.
They always have an older couple.
You're a young
older
chick.
than everybody else couple, but not old. So that would be our hook too. It's like,
so we're the old couple on the show.
So we would say to the young ones that come in 5th, 6th, 7th, or last to our 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, young grasshopper, listen, this is how you do it. But they would just laugh at us because they're like, oh, those old people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And yet we beat them every time.
But here would be the problem. This is why we shouldn't go out for this, try out for this show. And I know you can pitch us very well.
Yes.
You've
I
pitched
could get
us
selected for the show.
Yes. You've pitched us for other things and, you got results quickly. Yes. So I know you can do it. And I know you probably could get us on the show. That I do know.
Yes, and then we could travel the world on their dime. It would be fun.
But we would create a problem for the show.
Why?
because all the younger people would say, hey, that older couple, they keep beating us and they're not running around or anything. They keep beating us. So
Yes.
what do you think they'll do?
But see, that's why
They'll
we would
start
be
saying,
they'll
let's
conspire against
follow.
us.
No, they'll say, let's follow them. Let's
No, they
not.
wouldn't.
Yes, they
No,
would.
they would be
They,
like they would conspire against us. Like every season teams pair up or, get together wanting another team to go back. So on some legs of the trip they have what they call I think they're called detours, but where you can make a couple go somewhere else or make them sit for a long period of time while everyone else
well,
is
I don't
doing
want
what they're.
everybody gunning for us.
But that's what they would do. They wouldn't follow us. They would gun for us, but that's what the show wants. And yet we would still win.
But
hey, get this.
We're
Get
peaceful
this.
and chill and
I can already imagine what we would do with our $1 million prize. You get $1 million.
We moved to the beach.
So now you're in? Now you're in. It's not just running around the world just for the sake of it. And we could care less about being on TV.
Actually, how long does it take to shoot a season?
Well, usually seasons are 13 weeks, but it may be longer for them because they're traveling.
Right. So how long? That's what I'm asking. How long does it take to?
I have not done my research on that.
Well, you need to do your research and get back to me.
Why? What's the point?
You're trying to sway me to be on the show. You're not giving me good enough reasons yet.
The good enough reasons is the cash prize at the end. We get to go travel for free for as long as we're in the race. And then sometimes when you win the leg, there are additional prizes for the two of you. So we can add even more trips that only just for the two of us, where we're not racing anybody. It's just a trip that we want. So,
but I'm sticking to my guns on this.
Why?
Because
we're just arguing for the sake of arguing.
We're chill. We don't like to go on vacation and run around, and we just like to be chill.
But I just said that we don't have to run around.
And the other thing,
our niche would be that we're not running around.
The other thing
we have turned Amazing Race on its head because we're doing what we do.
But the other thing is, we like to stop and talk to the people of the area and all of that.
That's why we would also win, because people of the area would be like, no, this is the shortcut. Like the map might say this, but this is the shortcut. And so we would have won like so easily that we have time to sit and hang with the locals.
I haven't seen the behind the scenes, so I don't know how much time the contestants actually do get to mingle with the locals.
If you finish first, you have longer because they're still waiting for everybody else to come in.
You need to do your research to convince me. All I see
Listeners.
is run. See Tom, run Tom. See Flip, run Flip, run.
It's
run.
Dick.
No, there was Dick. Flip was the dog.
I don't remember.
They had a dog. It was named Flip. See Jane run.
I hated
run,
those books.
Jane,
I'm like,
run.
Why? Well, see
Tom,
that's why
run.
That's another reason
run,
why you
Tom,
should. Did
run.
you like those books? Everybody's running in the books. Why? Where are they going?
Kids run.
Not every kid.
Kids run.
I don't think I ran.
Kids run and they bounce off walls and keep on running, and they fall down and get up and keep on running, and they run into trees and they keep on running.
Is this your childhood? Because it wasn't mine.
They run down steps, fall and hit their head, and blood is everywhere, but they keep on running.
Was this your childhood?
Kind of.
Well, you're also the person that says you should, get slapped on your birthday.
You gotta get your, but I didn't say slapped. I said punched. You gotta get your birthday licks.
Nope.
Birthday licks.
That's still not gonna happen.
So you, it's really for real. You're not convincing me that we should try out for this show.
You haven't given me a reason why we can't.
I want to be chill on vacation.
But
I don't want to be running around.
But I'm telling you,
solving puzzles. And
you don't. That's
something
leave
else.
That up to me. I'm really good with puzzles.
Something else I will never do. I will
Never
never.
say never.
I will never
That means,
do.
listeners, that means next year we're going to be on Amazing Race because he just said never.
Listen, I will never do an escape room. Oh, heck no. I'm not letting anybody lock me in a room on purpose. I will kick the door down. And then we'll be
claustrophobic? What's the problem?
I don't like anybody to lock me in a room.
I can understand that.
One time I had this girlfriend, and in her house, they had the locks that lock on both sides with a key.
Mm-hmm.
And she locked me in the house.
And did what?
Wouldn't let me leave. I was trying to get out of there.
What was she doing to you?
I don't know what she was doing. I know I wanted to leave.
She wasn't in the room with you?
I said, look, it's time for me to leave. She said, I don't want you to leave. I said, but it's time for me to go. I got to go. It might have been work. It might have been something I had to do. And she locked me in the house. I nearly went berserk.
You did used to like crazy, huh?
Yes.
That sounds a little stalkerish.
She locked me in.
Like she kidnapped you, held you hostage.
Yeah, so no, I'll never escape room. No, heck no. I'm not going to let anybody lock me in a room on purpose.
I'm not
What if
asking
one
you
of
to
the challenges is you have to go to an escape room? I'm not going to escape room. I'm not going to.
So you do the other challenge. You know, they often have choices.
You're not understanding. I know it doesn't sound like this on this episode, but I am zen.
But I'm telling you, that's what you remain, and that's what gets us on the show. If we went on the show trying to run like everybody else, we would be like everyone else, and it would reduce our chances of being cast on the show. But if we go in, we're like, no, we're not running anywhere. We'll even put that in our contract. Then they'll be like, who are these two? Oh, we have to have them because let's see how well they do. Let's see how well they last. Just walking and chilling everywhere. And then when we start to win, they'll be like, oh my goodness, look at these two.
Now, so I would sign up for the show if we could go to a monk's monitor. We can go see the monks. I want to see the monks and hang with the monks.
Which kind of monks? Like Tibetan?
Tibetan monks, yeah. I like to, if they say, okay, you have to find the monks in the mountain, right? Then once you get there, you get to stay with the monks for a week. And whoever...
I don't think you stay anywhere for a week.
And whoever becomes the most enlightened by the end of the week wins.
Again, we would win that challenge.
But they don't have those kind of challenges where you go and just hang with the monks.
But maybe they will. You don't know. They try to switch it up every season. They try to go to different places. They try to have different challenges. And if they go to some place, you know, where they try to bring in the culture of everywhere they go. You know, that's why Phil, the host, you know, always gives these little factoids about where they are.
And I did notice that quite often they go to these really small towns.
Yes.
And there's like nothing happening there, but they're known for something.
Yes.
But they still have people running around. You're
not listening to me.
Running around.
You're not listening. For 18 and a half minutes, I have been saying, but we won't run. That's what will make us different and actually get us cast.
I don't believe that they'll buy that.
Oh, I do.
I don't think they'll buy that when you pitch us.
Especially when we get our attorney in on it. She can persuade anyone to do anything.
No, she can't.
Yes, she can.
No, she can't.
I don't know. Anytime that she did win. Yes, she can.
No, she cannot.
Yes, she can. Because they'll be like, well, let's try it. You know, we might get sent home after the first show because, you know, maybe we were too slow. But at least we got on the show and got to go wherever that first destination is.
What if they say you have to ride a horse?
I would do it. I can do anything once. As long as it's not illegal. I can do anything once. But the video will probably, you know, that shoot will probably be me like, the whole time. So again, that makes great TV. I'm a producer. I would know how to milk that. for the cameras. I would know how to do that. But in that case, it would be genuine because I really don't want to get on a horse
wait a minute.
again, ever.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have an idea. I think instead of me doing it with you, because you don't have to be a couple. People do it with their sisters or their cousins.
Yes, I understand that, but you're really good with
fathers
navigating.
and daughters.
But you have the key skill set that you need to get anywhere on this show.
We have another relative that just recently visited us. Then she's been all over the world, and she still travels quite often.
She's adventurous, but she doesn't
that's adventurous. That's what you need.
No, well, you're adventurous, and you know how to not get lost no matter where you are, and you know how to drive anything, because a lot of them come in last because they didn't know how to drive the car. Or a lot of them definitely come in last because they got lost. And, you know, like everybody else came in, you know, at the, you know, to meet the host
and they're still
at like noon.
Around.
And then it's like dark, you know, because they're still wandering around. And finally, I believe the producers finally say, hey, we'll show you how to get back. You know, because we got to go home. We've been waiting for you to get back by yourself, you know. So the relative that you're speaking of, she's very adventurous, but she doesn't have your exact skill set, which would be very handy.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I've been in a car with her. Yes, I do know. Yes, I do know. I do know. Yes, I do.
She would love to go on that. But see, here's the difference.
That's why I asked her when she was talking about getting on an ATV. I was like, who was driving? Because
she got to drive her own.
Which was good, like she said, because I've seen video of her driving and another relative being on the back, and the other one was crying because she was so scared at her driving. We don't need that in another country. We don't need that. So you can get us there safely and straight. Like we wouldn't get lost, and that's a key skill set to the success of being on that show. You
have not sold me. You have not
sold
me. Well,
listeners,
I am no closer to wanting to do that than I was since we started this episode.
Well, what would you say if I've already signed us up for an audition? What would you say?
I would say, no, you didn't.
What if I did?
No, you didn't.
What if I did?
No, you didn't.
What if I did?
You better not have. That's what I'm saying.
Or else what?
Or else.
What?
Or else.
What you gonna do?
It's just
what you gonna do?
Or else.
What you gonna do? You would show up for the audition. You would. You would. You would. What you gonna do?
Why are you trying to sound like you tough?
Because I am. Everybody knows I'm the tough one.
Tough. You think you're tough.
You know that I am. You've seen me in action. You know that I am.
But I'm your husband.
Don't let the height fool you.
I'm your husband. I am the person that is closest to you.
Sweetheart.
You and Sally.
Haven't you said to me sometimes, Jill, and believe it or not, listeners, sometimes he has said to me, Jill, you were right. Because I insisted that we do something that you really didn't want to do, but you did it. I can't think of one.
See, because never happened.
Oh,
never
yes,
happened.
It has.
Never happened.
Yes, it has.
That never
I can't think of it right now, but it has. Next episode,
it's
I'll
more
have
likely that I got you to do something that you said you would never do, not vice versa.
So you owe
can't
me.
Think of it. No, I don't know you. I don't know you.
Yes, you do.
I don't know you. I don't know you. Nothing.
Well, if I signed us up, you would show up.
Only so you wouldn't look bad for applying for a show and then say never mind.
Right.
But you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go behind my back.
That's not going behind your back. That's having your best interest at heart.
We discuss all major decisions together.
We're discussing it now.
No, we are not discussing it now.
We are. We are discussing it right now. And you haven't given me a good reason why you're saying no.
It is a good reason. I want to be chill on vacation.
But I'm telling you, you can be. You can
Relax,
be.
meet the people.
Don't you love a bargain?
Meet the
you
people.
You love bargains. This is a free trip around the world.
No, it would seem like work.
No, it wouldn't.
They would take something that should be enjoyable and turn it into work.
No, they wouldn't.
Run.
But let's get to our second segment that we call
Give it a rest and a resolution.
Well, I'm going to start. My conclusion is that you should at least let me try to get us on the show. If we make it on the show, we made it on the show. If we don't, I'll never bring this up again.
Okay. Here's what I have, and this is not answering the question, but this is what I will do. If the audience chimes in and says I should do it, that, you should apply for the show for us. If the audience says I should, I'll go along with it. But if the audience says, no, Tony, you're right, stick to your guns.
What if they say both? Majority wins?
Majority wins.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, listeners, you heard it from him himself.
So
all you have to do is say, Tony, you need to at least try.
But we have to have enough people to, they got to win out the nays. But now, if everybody says yes, like even if like just one person chimes in and says yes, the deal's off.
That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean if one person says yes? The deal's off.
You can send somebody in as a ringer. You can say, hey, just, you might.
You're going against what you said. You're actually contradicting yourself.
Yeah, but see, you
just said majority wins.
Yeah, but if the majority is only one person, they get to decide my fate.
What if it's two people and they both say yes? That's majority. 2-0. Well, let's get to our third segment that we call
I'm trying to help you.
Do you have any advice for yourself?
For myself?
Yeah.
Advice?
Yeah, you need to give advice to yourself. Listen to yourself.
Yeah, listen
to your wife. That's my advice.
Listen
to me.
Myself is, my gut tells me that I want to relax on vacation. I want to be chill. It's very important to me to be chill on vacation.
But you still
even if we do adventurous things. But I really don't like for people to say, all right, now you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and now you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and you get it's just not.
So what's your advice?
My advice is listen to your gut.
My advice is if your gut tells you that that when your wife has or your partner has an amazing idea and your gut tells you
amazing idea for amazing race.
Yeah, see? You got it. Has an amazing idea for an amazing raise and you're just like, no. then just let your partner try.
Hey, when I'm
just
open,
try.
I'm leaving it up to the audience.
So audience, all you have to do is tell him that Jill is right.
And if 0 people chime in on this, then you don't try to do it.
Then Jill's opinion trumps everything.
No.
Yes.
Or maybe I can find a show for us to pitch, but you do the pitching because that's what you do. Well, we're kind of running out of time, Jill. So
we have another segment.
We do. Yeah. So if you do want to chime in, listeners,
we have another segment.
Yeah, it's coming.
That segment is.
So what do you think? What do you think?
Because I'm right.
Because I'm right.
Now you can say what you're going to say.
Yeah. listeners, if you want to chime in on this subject, please call us at 404-594-2247.
Yes, please tell Tony he's just wrong. Just flat out wrong.
And this one time, if you don't wish to call in, it's okay. If you don't wish to text, it's okay.
It's not. It's
if you
never
don't, if you don't want to send an email, it's okay.
Well, we have to wrap this up. You've been listening to I'm Right.
No, I'm right.
Nope, you are not.
No, I'm right.
I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out to Gifford Ivan.
I got you flustered.
Gifford Ivan Cordova III for the music. Nick Zinke for the art. And to you two listeners, because you're going to settle this one.
Yes, listeners. And make the right decision. And I love you all.
Love you all. Especially because you know I'm right. Thank you.
Even if you all make the wrong decision.
Bye.
Bye-bye.